一、神以应许赏赐作为呼召顺服的方式。God uses the promise of reward as a means to call people to obedience. 神再次借着赏赐的呼召人顺服，这是神主动设立的教导方式的误判。God once again calls people to obedience through the promise of reward. This is a method God deliberately establishes, not a misunderstanding of human ability. 二、赏赐本身并不能改变或激发败坏的人心。The reward itself cannot awaken or transform the corrupted human heart. 人的问题不在于缺乏激励，而在于本性的败坏，因此赏赐本身不能产生真的顺服。The problem with humanity is not a lack of motivation, but the corruption of nature. Therefore, reward by itself cannot produce true obedience. 三、赏赐的应许使人的责任无可推诿。The promise of reward removes all human excuses. 神仍然应许赏赐，是为了显明当人不能遵行神的要求时，而不在神。God nevertheless promises reward in order to make it clear that when people fail to obey his commands, the fault lies entirely with themselves, not with God. 四、这样的安排确立人被定罪的公义性。This arrangement establishes the justice of human condemnation. 在神清楚显明应许顺服结果之后，人无法再以无能为力显出是出于自身的过失。Once God clearly reveals his demands and promises the outcome of obedience, people can no longer plead inability. Their misery is shown to arise from their own fault, making condemnation just. 五、对信徒而言，赏赐具有不同的性质与功用。For believers, the promise of reward functions differently. 神出于宽容，仍将顺服的赏赐应许给信天，而是以恩慈。Out of indulgence, God still promises the reward of obedience to believers, not by overlooking their defects, but by dealing with them graciously. 六、信徒的缺欠不归算是赏赐能成立的关键。The non-imputation of believers' defects is the basis for reward. 赏赐不是因信徒已达完全，而是因神不将他们无数的罪归算在他们身上。Reward is possible not because believers have attained perfection, but because God does not impute their innumerable shortcomings to them. 七、赏赐不建立在神的欠债，而建立在神的信实。Reward rests not on divine obligation, but on divine faithfulness. 神并不欠人任何东西，赏赐完全出于他的信实与恩权里。God owes nothing to anyone. Reward flows entirely from his faithfulness and kindness, not from any human claim. 八、诊断注释所确立的核心教义。The central doctrine established by the whole passage, 若人献身于守律法，神虽不欠他什么，却仍然是显明人的责任与神的恩典。If a person devotes himself to keeping the law, God, though owing him nothing, will nevertheless faithfully reward him. This simultaneously reveals human responsibility and divine grace.